everybody. How's everybody doing this Wednesday hump day? Thanks for tuning in to this channel. So it seems that Chantal has gotten around to answering the questions that people wanted answered. But in the title, she said she's annoyed by the question, so I don't know why that is. So let's get into it.
So what I'm going to do is answer as many questions as I can in this video. I'll probably do a second part, depending on how many and how long it takes me to answer the questions. I want to say thank you, first of all, for everyone who's taken the time to ask me something. I don't know how much these questions are going to...
Let me pause it right here. Every time she has this red hijab on and puts a lipstick on display, it means we're in for a feisty time.
Make me laugh, smile, piss me off, who knows. But I feel like what I'm going to do is answer the top questions first, so the ones that have the most likes, and go from there, okay? So let me see here. I have my other phone. All right, let's get to. Okay, so far there's 70 questions. Let me just
70?
Top comments.
Wow.
All right, first question. Will you ever answer these questions? Well, smart Alec. Yeah, I'm doing it now. Thanks for your question. All right. Do you think you could spend the rest of your life in the heat of the desert and having to travel every few months for the rest of your life? Let me read that again. Do you think you could spend the rest of your life in the heat of the desert? So, thank you for the question. This is a question from a Beezer, by the way. Thank you very much, Beezer. When I live my life, basically, let me explain how I live my life. I don't ever think of the...
Do you really live your life? I don't know. Hotboxing in an apartment, never going outside. I don't know if that's living, Chantal.
Forever, you know? I really just live in the now. So, I plan for like kind of immediate future, but I don't know how I'm going to feel in a few years. I don't know what my life is going to be like. You can plan your future all you want. Make these big plans far down the line.
Let me take a wild guess. 6 feet under.
And then God says, no, I have other plans for you. And, or you know, circumstances change. Whatever, things happen. So I really don't know. I don't love the heat, so preferably in the future, you know, yeah, we want to travel and experience different climates, different environments. I typically don't like to stay in one place forever is kind of a word that scares me when it comes to staying put. So that's the best I can answer that question. Thanks for your question.
But it doesn't make sense to me. You know, like, these are her answers. This is her life. This is her, you know, how she feels. So yeah, I get that. But I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me that she wants to travel, but yet when she travels, she barely leaves the hotel room. So, I mean, what's the sense of wanting to go and see new places and different climates and all of that if you never leave the air conditioned room and never explore anything? It doesn't make any sense.
Next question.
But I don't know. That's just me.
Okay, the first question had 54 likes. The second one, 207. And this one has a whopping 411. If you weren't doing YouTube, what minimum wage job do you think you'd be struggling at right now? Honestly, if I never did YouTube, I would probably be working in the field that I have been working in for many years, which is health administration type job.
She had to think. Did you say she looked up to the ceiling and let me think of the lie? Health administration. You've been working for many years in health administration, Chantal. When? Get out of here.
In healthcare offices, in hospital, clinics, stuff like that. Or who knows? I would be doing something else. Like, I'm very kind of unpredictable when it comes to changing my path of life, and even I don't really trust myself to have.
You literally have no experience in anything. You might have, from what you've talked about in your own post, Chantal, you might have a little bit of clerical experience, a little bit of like cold calling experience, things like that. But what kind of job could you could possibly get right now? You have absolutely zero experience in anything.
Solid plan. So I don't know, I might get bored with that, because I was kind of getting bored with that field of work, and I just wanted to do something else. So that's why I took the opportunity to try something else while I was off of work. So honestly, either
first of all, you weren't off of work. They didn't like you. You probably pulled some BS over there at that job because they didn't want you there. Getting paid by salary, so they had to pay you. They didn't want you there. Come on, tell the real story. And then you decided to do the YouTube. So get out of here. Stop behaving as if you had this like career for all these years and built up this portfolio of experience and like get out of here. No.
Job or something completely unimaginable that I have no idea what it would be, So thanks for the question.
And like I said, my opinion is based clearly on what you've posted, Chantal, and your own information. So I'm not just like talking out of my butt.
But I think it's important to acknowledge that there are a lot of people who struggle with minimum wage jobs. And
Please.
I do think people, should be paid a livable wage. And there's a lot of room for reform in that. And if you're struggling, my thoughts and prayers are with you. And everyone struggles in life, even me. I'm not rich, by any means.
First of all, she's not going to give anybody any thoughts and prayers. She doesn't give a crap. She doesn't know what it's like to struggle with a minimum wage job, responsibilities that go along with that, working hours and hours and hours, paycheck to paycheck. She has no ideas. So keep your thoughts and prayers to yourself.
Like YouTube minimum wage, I don't know, whatever, but yeah. So you got to do what you got to do to survive. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Okay, this one has 80 likes. Earlier this year, you mentioned that you had an appointment for a psychiatric assessment in April. What happened with that? Do you think it's necessary to address your mental health in order to build a solid foundation for personal growth, maintain healthy relationships, and achieve overall well-being? Yes. So my belief with mental health help has shifted a little bit.
What?
Ever since I've been, first of all, I don't remember saying that I had a psychiatric assessment. I think I was going to seek one out, but I just never did. Never
did I
go.
say that? LOL. She says, "Get out of here."
In Canada, it's like getting a psychiatrist. The wait list is so long.
This is the problem with being a liar face like Chantal is. She doesn't remember the lies that she tells on here, which is all easily provable with the archives.
So long, and here I don't know like what I would have to do, what I would have to pay. I could look it up for sure, but I've been in and out of mental health systems since I'm 15. I've gone over that history. I could do another video if you want to hear the complete video.
So then if you've been in the mental health care system in Canada, I'm guessing because you were in a facility that you have already had probably multiple psychiatric evaluations. I'm just assuming. So you're lying already.
Then let me know. I can go into a lot of detail, take the time to detail that, my history with that. But since becoming more religious, just doing a lot of self-help, self-education, stuff like that on my own, reading more into things. I really don't feel comfortable talking to a one-on-one therapist or anything like that. I've tried it many times.
That doesn't make sense to me. You don't feel comfortable talking to a one-on-one therapist or psychiatrist, but yet you feel more comfortable talking to hundreds of absolute strangers on the internet where we're able to spin it any way we want to. That makes perfect sense.
Long enough chance, but I just don't like it. And again, I could go into more details at another time, but basically I'm on medication, which does help with the mental illness. I think it's just something I'm just gonna have to like live with for life. It's like
her problem is she does not want to go to this. This is a problem some people have. This is just from my experience, that they don't like that one-on-one therapy because you are forced to confront your demons. You are forced to confront your flaws. You are just basically forced to confront everything. And that's something that Chantal will never do. She's a narcissist that just refuses to take accountability for anything. And that's what therapy usually does, is it makes you take accountability and confront a lot of things. Chantal doesn't want to do it. So that's why she doesn't seek therapy.
It's a medical more of a clinical depression. Mental health runs in my family,
What?
and there's partly genetic.
Mental health runs in my family. Are you talking about mental illness maybe? Not mental health.
There's also a lot of situational things that I can change that can improve my state of mind that I acknowledge fully. It's really, really, really hard, which is why I'm not very successful, because I've just, I've been to like cognitive behavior therapy. I've tried that
Get out of here. When?
very briefly, but
What, for an hour?
there's just, to me, it's like you can look up all of these things online. There's so many online registered therapists and stuff like that who have tips and how to deal with situations. That's fine, but it's just also lifestyle. I have to really, really, really set myself up for success. I have to exercise more, because that like really helps your brain chemicals, like the happy ones. I have to eat better. I have
Endorphins.
to do so many things to try and improve my situation. I have to stay spiritual. I have to stay connected to God.
Who said?
So I just think that there's a lot of things that I have to work myself. I have to work on myself and not rely so much on help from outside sources. It's like, I know what I have to do. I don't feel like I'm lost and need a life coach and stuff. I know what I need to do to succeed. It's just the doing it. It's like, tools are nothing if you don't apply them. It's so that's my problem. And
So all I heard, I didn't hear anything but excuses, and all that whole answer to that question, it was nothing but excuses, and the only thing I got out of it is that you're lazy and you don't want to do it. You know what you have to do, but you don't want to do it. There's nobody making you do it, which would be like a therapist or something. And then you're using your family's history of mental illness as an excuse as well. That's all I heard.
I have seen a psychiatrist many, many times. I don't think I've had like a proper recent full-blown psychiatric assessment. I think that would be probably beneficial, because if there are brain diseases, mental health diseases, maybe that I have,
What brain disease could you possibly have, Chantal? What are you talking about?
no, and I'm not
Nonsense.
being medicated properly for them. Who knows?
Other than depression and
so maybe in the future I will look into that.
Okay.
Right now I'm on Cipralex at 10 milligrams, and that actually does help with taking the edge off. But I do still go into depressive moments, but I'm in and out of them. So yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of a roundabout. I don't know. I really don't
Then
answer that question.
to me, that probably means that medication is not working, because typically, this is just based off my experience. If you've been on, because it takes a while if you get on like antidepressant medications, there's no like instant gratification with those. It takes a while for it to build up in your system. And if you're having that kind of issue, Chantal, and you're taking this medication like you're supposed to be taking it, then that shouldn't be happening. And you probably need to go get reevaluated as far as, your mental health and the meds that you're taking.
And I'm still figuring it out, basically. So to be continued on that. But thank you for asking the question. You have a good point. I know there's a lot of my audience that just wants to see me do well and really tackle my issues.
There is,
and
including me. Like I said, I might come off like honestly, like I don't like her in a way like she would be one of my friends, just based off of her racism and things that animal abuse, things that she does. She wouldn't be somebody that would be in my friend group. But I don't hate her. I do want to see her succeed. I like, to see somebody come from somewhere and then become successful. It'd be awesome if she would do that, but I don't think she ever will.
I understand that. And I thank you for caring. Okay, this one has 76 likes. Okay, this is a long one.
Do you ever feel embarrassed? I'm not even asking at this stage to be mean, nor am I asking to be nice, I suppose. I'm fixated on trying to understand if you feel embarrassment at all. And if you do feel embarrassed, how do you keep uploading? Like, is it that you don't feel it, or is it that you don't care? Or you care a little bit, but you found a way to push past it? Psychologists have described elements like the shame landfill in recent times, in which your shame landfill starts up empty, and then it's
Wait,
filled.
I want to read this because I don't understand what she's saying. What does it say? Psychologists have described elements like the shame landfill in recent times, in which your shame landfill starts off empty, and then it's filled with other people's fears and insecurities. And I would love to know what you think about that, if you think you have one. Let effing go, Chantal. Let us know. No, because like from what I'm getting from that. Well, I'll let her finish.
People's
But
fears and insecurities, and I would love to know what you think about that. If you think you have one, let's effing go, Chantal. Let us know. I'm asking. This is the tone of someone who is asking someone else who works at NASA about Saturn, by the way. 100% genuine interest.
Okay, let me read that again. Psychologist landfill. Okay, so basically what you're saying is we all have a clean slate, and then we become embarrassed and like develop self-doubt based on other people's fears and insecurities, and like we mirror that. I don't really understand that. Like, I pretty much flunked out of psychology, so
I don't know. Like the way I understand it, maybe I could be wrong as well. I don't know. Is like because Chantal seems to be a narcissist where she basically has no feelings or like emotions like a normal person would, but yet she absorbs all the negativity around her, I'm guessing, like all of that, and that's why the way she is. I don't know, is that what that means? I have no idea. The way that that question was, I'm gonna have to Google that. Landfill, shame landfill. That's interesting. I don't know.
like
Yeah, I'm confused by that one.
I don't understand. Maybe you could like elaborate. Maybe in part two I can answer this, but I genuinely don't understand what you mean. The first part, do I ever feel embarrassment?
Like that's the thing. Do she ever feel embarrassment? I don't think she ever does feel embarrassment because I don't know. Sometimes she comes off. I don't know if anybody's ever had like somebody while they were in school. I mean, and it doesn't matter what age you are, where there was always somebody that had something awkward about them or something, and then they tended to be like louder and tried to be funnier than everybody else, and like all that attention directed towards them because it was basically like a deflection off their own insecurities. That's what Chantal reminds me of. Somebody who's so insecure that she projects a lot of BS so that it's almost like a mirage, so she thinks that people don't see all the insecurity. That's what she kind of rubs me like Chantal is probably one of the most insecure women I've ever seen, and she tries to project this strongness about her, and it's not there. I mean, you can look at her face. That's not somebody who is strong within themselves.
I mean, I'm human, so yeah, but it's very fleeting. And it's very rare that I feel embarrassed. I just don't
I don't believe that.
feel embarrassed about, things that you would normally feel embarrassed about, letting one rip in public.
She does that as shock value. Like I said, people that do things like that, it's because they have other insecurities going on. And then if you do things like that, people will not focus on your true insecurities. They will just pay attention to her ripping one in public, or her being loud in public, or her saying like extremely vulgar things and things like that. It's all smoke and mirrors with her.
Like that, like, I don't know, whatever people get, rejection, like, I don't care, like,
She does.
because to me, why be embarrassed about something that we all get embarrassed over? We all do. Like, we're human. We should be understanding each other, not like, not making someone feel shame and to feel embarrassed about something that happens. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
But
I
your
really
problem
just,
is, Chantal, is a lot of times when people try to point things out to you, you say, "Oh, you're shaming me." No, people aren't shaming you. They're trying to hold you accountable. So that like, it's so annoying.
I guess it's just a lack of caring about these things. I am just understanding of the human condition
You
to
have
certain
no
degrees,
understanding.
and to certain things. So that just, yeah, I just don't have that ability to be embarrassed about certain things. So yeah, thanks for asking. Okay, 85 likes. Why do you think wearing that hat is a good idea? Oh, with the hat in the thumbnail, the tie hat. Well, I wear it just to annoy you.
That's not funny.
Thanks for asking. This one has 258 likes. If you post a random video and we get you to 50K views in less than 24 hours, will you go back to Canada?
Nope.
Yeah, no. I'm not going to, make a huge life change just for the entertainment of others. And 50K views? No, I'm not going to, do something I don't want to do just for views. Like, I've just, no.
Why not? I mean, that's not like, if this is your job and this is your LOL business, or how you make your money, Chantal. I mean, it would seem like a wise move to do something to get the views, to make the money, things like that. So, yeah, you're not a good business person
I
at
said
all.
this a lot. Like, I know people are more fixated on my views than I am. People check Social
Lies.
Blade more than I do. Like, I maybe checked once or twice when it was brought up, like my income, and I was like, wow, Social Blade is way off. And then beyond that,
Yeah, I
I'm
think
not.
they're way off. Like, judging by her views, she probably makes, I'll say maybe a minimum 10,000 a month, maybe. Yeah. So, and like up to 10,000. So she's not just making
Obsessed
a
over
thousand.
numbers. Like, I'm just not. Like, I'm happy. I'm content. Like, as long as I can, like, you know, make videos that make you guys
I mean, you
happy,
know
or
what though? The thing about that is though, $10,000 in the scheme of things is not a lot of money, a month. But for Salah, that's probably, he's struck gold with her. 10,000 is probably a lot for him.
share my life with you in some ways or entertain you in some ways. I enjoy making content. That's why I'm a content creator. That's why I like being on the camera. I've always been that way. But I can't force it. Like, if I'm not happy doing something, you'll know. You'll just know. Because for me, I'm a very passionate person. And when it comes to, I lose interest, I become interested fast and I lose interest very fast if I'm not passionate or if I don't enjoy something. So if I don't like doing it, then, I'm not going to do it. So,
I don't know.
I'm not going to go back.
That sounds like to me like she's somebody that would have like ADHD, and I say this as a person who has it, because that's a problem. Because I'm an artist, so I have to switch medium all the time to keep myself interested. I go from one to the other because I get bored quickly. That sounds exactly like Chantal.
The candidate just for views, no. Thanks for asking. How is your lifestyle change going? 51, 59 likes. I hate the number 59, so I'm going to like that, make it 60. A little bit of OCD with numbers. So, I'm going to do an update video on that, but basically, it's off and on, kind of,
It's
so,
never been on.
it's not as good when I was consistently staying on
She did it for like 2 days and then she was out. So come on.
track and keeping the calories counted. I do slip up here and there, but I will have in the near future a video update on that whenever I can. 44 likes. When was the last time you prayed? Okay, I have to go on a rant about this comment
Oh,
because
here we go.
first of all, I'm not going to answer your fucking comment, okay? Because
Wow.
number one, I think it's absolutely 100% ridiculous that people ask somebody something so personal. Like, your spiritual religious journey is no one's business. Like, I don't know why people obsess over that
See,
with
now this is a moment that could be teachable where she could possibly show the beautiful side to Islam. But what does she do? She behaves like this.
Muslims. But they a Christian. I don't know if this person is Christian. If you're Christian, why are you asking another person of a different religion when they pray? Worry about your own prayer.
Because maybe if they're Christian and they know nothing about Islam, maybe it's out of curiosity. And I believe, just my opinion, it's your job as a Muslim, LOL, that you should set a good example and maybe, offer some teachings to somebody that's Christian about your religion, Chantal.
If you're non-religious, if you don't believe in God, why do you care when someone else prays? You don't believe in God, so who cares? What is it to you? When I pray, how often I pray is only between me and God, and the only person the only being that should care is God. I don't understand people's obsession. I've never claimed to be a perfect Muslim.
Here we
I don't
go.
even really do Islamic content, because I'm not.
First of all, you were in the freaking video, the fucking camping extravaganza that you had at the 5-star toilet factory out there. You were the one that brought up, oh, are we going to hear the call to prayer out there? Nobody brings up religion. It's you that bring it up. So don't get pissed off if curious people ask you questions about Islam, Chantal. You're the one out there portraying it. So cut it out. And by the way, if there was a Christian person, a Jewish person, a person that practiced Hinduism or whatever, and they had it on display like you do as far as wearing the hijab and things like that, you have the Quran on your table, all of this, I'm sure that they would get the same types of question. I know that people have asked Christian people, do you go to church? What church do you go to? Do you pray? Things like that. So this isn't something, once again, that people just constantly do to people that are of the Islamic faith. This happens to multiple religions where people are curious about the religion, so they constantly ask questions. So your job as an upstanding woman of Islam, LOL, should be to teach people about your religion, not to say the F word and behave like you do. This is why I find it disgusting. This is why many people think that you are cosplaying this whole Islam thing. Disgusting.
A beacon of light. I'm a person who's very flawed, and I'm still working on
Please.
myself and my spiritual journey. So when I pray, again, is none of your business.
Wow.
And thanks anyways.
I've never met anybody from any religion that has reacted in that way to a question about their religion. Like, none of your business. It's between me and my God. It's like, why are you trying to hide it? Usually most people that are of any faith, any religion, are proud to share their God with other people. That's what they want to do. They want to spread the word. You are anti-religion. Unbelievable.
This one has 21 likes. When will you finally go back to Canada? I don't know. I really don't know.
You need to go back.
If this question comes up again, I'll just skip it because it's redundant. I've answered it now. I have no idea. I plan on visiting with Salah at some point. I just don't know when.
You know when she's going to go back? She's going to go back during Christmas time to collect the gifts.
Honestly, Canada is... I want to visit other countries first. I'm more interested in doing other content. I've been to Canada many times. He hasn't, but... I think, I'm just interested in exploring foreign areas right now. So, I miss my family, so I will need to visit them with or without Salah at some point, but I don't know when. The trip to Canada, my dear, is so long and arduous, so I don't know when I'm going to go back, but you guys will know for sure.
How's it long and arduous? You're literally just sitting for 12 hours. Get out of here, Chantal.
64 likes. I'm not surprised. And I'm can I roll my eyes major? Ow. What is your true weight? And are you going to buy clothes that fit you for your size? Lorraine, your question is stupid. I mean...
No, it's not.
Do you want me to go to China, Japan, Cambodia, Peru to try their scales? I don't know how many countries I have to travel to, how many scales I have to get on, how many doctor's offices I have to visit that all say around the same weight for you to believe my weight. So
you have nobody to blame but yourself, because you're a constant liar face. You've lied about your weight multiple times, Chantal. So the audacity of you being offended because somebody doesn't believe your weigh in, come on, you have nobody to blame but yourself.
Let's just make you happy, Lorraine, and say my weight is 500 pounds. Are you happy? Good.
Probably
Thanks for the
is.
question. Okay, this one has 91 likes. Do you and Salah have a retirement plan? I don't know if his job does 401k or some type of retirement fund, or even if Kuwait does that in general, or do y'all just put money aside each check into a savings account or an emergency fund in case something were to happen and one or both of you couldn't work anymore? Here in the US, I have an emergency fund and a pretty good size 401k for retirement, and I'm only 35, so I'm curious at Salah's age how he plans for retirement.
Who is that? Whoever, hats off to you. Good job at 35 to have all of that planned out already. Whoever asked that question, hats off to you.
Yeah, I don't think that's anything financial. Honestly, I don't think that's
because
anyone's
that's
business.
a no. She has nothing.
So I don't know what to say. Good for you. You have
That's really sad. All the money that she's made on YouTube, she's single. She has no responsibilities. She has no money put away. She has no investments, as far as a 401k, stocks, anything. Nothing. Does she have insurance policy? Who knows? I don't know. Sad.
awesome 401k. That's really awesome. That's amazing. Thanks for the question. Next. Okay, 45 likes. Are you going to get your tattoos removed? Oh, that's a good question, actually. I do kind of want to, yeah. I definitely want to get this one, my chest tattoo removed.
What tattoo? The lesbian tattoo? on your chest, Chantal? That one?
Jeez, do I even have? I have this one on my wrist and then this one here. I do want to get them removed, yeah.
Why?
At some point, but I don't know. I mean, they're still kind of there, so I got them before I was Muslim, so I think it would be fine.
How long?
So
You know what? How long did she get those before she started the cosplay? Wasn't it within the same year? I don't know. I cannot remember because she did all of this all like at one time. Shaved head, nose piercing, the not the lesbian tattoo. I believe she got that. Did she get that in high school? I don't know. But the stars or whatever she has, the Pisces, is it Pisces? I can't remember. Tattoo. That was like all at the same time when she was like having a manic episode, I guess. Why get it removed? Just leave it. Stupid.
I don't know. You know what? I probably won't get them removed.
Yeah.
Nah, probably not. I was just.
I have tattoos. It tells a life story. Like every tattoo has a meaning. And I did a lot of, probably a majority of myself.
About it just now, but no, probably not. All right, I'm going to do one more question, and then I'm going to resume, So I do have a community post up. I'm wearing a tie hat with my cat, and she's eating here because she's very fat. If you want to ask me a question, add to the list, go ahead. I will answer them all eventually. Okay. I'm not afraid to do these. Let's talk.
I wonder, you know what, actually, I wonder how many questions she's doing it like a la Amber Lynn style where she only answers the questions she wants to answer. Because I'm sure there were some spicy questions that she's ignoring.
50 likes for this question. If Salah said he would leave you if you didn't start taking your weight health seriously, would you actually try it? I mean, your relationship would be that much better if it was easier for you to get out and enjoy things together. The biggest thing is you would feel better. You just have to learn to be okay with being uncomfortable until it becomes the norm. You can do it. You just have to want to do it. By the way, I do think it's great, and you've gone on walks lately by yourself. That's a great start. Thank you for the question. So, I don't think that it would work, me changing for him.
Excuse me. Look at yourself. What do you mean you've changed for him? Hello?
I don't believe personally that changing for anyone other than yourself
What?
is long-term sustainable, and that's just my belief.
Okay, so everybody remember this statement what she just said. When all this crap hits the fan, remember this statement that she just said.
There's also always going to be a part of you that's, if your partner demands that thinks they don't accept me for me. Now, on the other hand, I do understand if it comes from a place of concern. You don't want your partner being unhealthy. Like if the roles were reversed and Salah had the condition I have, I would be deeply, deeply concerned about his health and really probably be on his ass to change. Yes, I would. But at the same time,
I don't think so.
You feel bad pressuring somebody or talking to somebody over and over, making them feel bad, So if he was like, I'm going to leave you if you don't get healthier, I would totally understand that actually because,
She wouldn't. No, she wouldn't. She would stalk the hell out of him. Get out of here, Chantal.
I don't know. But at the same time, we still live a decent life. We still do a lot more than a lot of people who are healthier than I am. And
you're like the barnacle that's on a container ship. They're going to have to like scrub you off.
But at the same time, I would like to improve the quality of my life, and I agree totally. It would greatly improve our lives. We could do so much more activities. Just I on a personal level would enjoy my life more too. So of course that's going to affect the quality of our life, our relationship, etc. So yeah, I see what you mean. So it's a complicated question, I guess, for me to answer, but
no, it's
thank
not.
you for asking. So,
it's not complicated at all. It's not complicated at all. Come on, no guy or not even a woman newly married like this or whatever type of relationship you're in wants to be with somebody that just has no motivation and just manipulates and gaslights and just narcissistic and if, in every possible way. Nobody wants to be in a relationship like this. That's why nobody believes this relationship, Chantal. Salah, I don't even, like I said, that's why he doesn't care about you being 400 or 500 pounds right now, because for him, his goal is to get to North America and get them papers. And then as soon as he gets that, Chantal, he's going to be gone Bye bye. Like Mohammed and Danielle from 90 Day Fiance. Gone.
Anyways, guys, I feel like I've been rambling for a while, and so I'm going to thank you again for asking the questions you asked, and then I'm going to again invite you to ask me more questions, and I will do this as a series. So
here we go. So I guess she's stealing this from Amber Lynn. The question BS. Look, anyways, like I said, I don't believe she's answering the spicy questions. She's skipping a lot of it. I don't think she's being truthful. She lied a lot. Like I said, all of this can be proven by the post that she makes herself. Yeah, but anyways, that's it for me, guys. Until next time, thanks for watching. See you when I see you. Bye.